All right, give it up for Brian Knab.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. Having kind of a weird summer. I got the invite for my 20-year high school reunion, and I opened it up, and I realized that it's been 20 years since I've been out of school, and I have not accomplished anything in 20 years. And then I got more depressed because I realized if I had stayed in the Marines, I'd be retiring this year. We got any Marines here tonight? Yeah, I didn't actually join, though. Well, it wasn't my fault. That was my plan all senior year, and then a friend of mine rented Full Metal Jacket one night, and there was a scene halfway through that ruined my whole dream for me. It was the scene where Private Pyle killed himself. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, but this guy goes nuts. And they have a scene where he's just sitting on a toilet in the latrine, and he puts the rifle in his mouth and pulls the trigger, and the camera pulls back, and you see his lifeless body and blood on the wall. And I was like, oh my God. They don't have stalls on their toilets? Screw that. The high school reunion invitation always sucks at the marketing. They try to get you to come by saying, hey, come relive your high school memories. How about no? Because every memory I have of high school is me getting a boner at an inappropriate time for no reason at all. I don't want to relive that. It was really confusing in high school because, like, when I went into high school, people were telling me, oh, these are going to be the best years of your life. Enjoy this. And it was like Wednesday, my first week of school, and I'm like, this pretty much sucks. I'm not enjoying this at all. And then I realized everybody that was telling me this was from my dad's generation. They got out of school and they went to Knab. So realistically, this sucks a little bit less than going to Knab. High school was weird. Not a big hit with the ladies back in school or ever. I was kind of awkward. I'd meet girls all the time. I had a lot of first dates, not a lot of second dates. And I remember being on a date one time, and these words came out of my mouth. I remember saying, well, actually, Ewoks lived on a moon of Endor, not Endor itself. Very little is known about the actual host planet. It was weird. So, I could never keep girls interested in me for any period of time. And I think to women, I was kind of like, the crap they sell in the middle of the mall? You know how, like at first it gets your attention. And I think to me, girls were like, hey, little remote control helicopters. And then they'd come in for a closer look and they'd be like, these aren't built really well. It looks like a lot of effort. How much is this going to cost? And after hanging out at the mall the other day, I realized if I could go back and do high school over again, I'd get rid of all of my friends. And I would replace them with aggressive Middle Eastern sales guys. You've seen them at the mall? You can't say no to them. I have 317 of those remote control helicopters at my house right now. But I think Facebook's going to ruin reunions. In the old days, you'd see someone you haven't seen in a while. You'd be like, hey, what are you doing now? And now it's like, so I went to Panera yesterday. I was going to click like, but Doug got a new puppy, and I haven't decided if I'm going yet. If I do go, I'm not taking my wife because I don't want her to hear the stories. Not crazy stories from the old days, but the crap I'm making up and telling to people to impress them. I want to be at my reunion like, and as soon as I realized that was Bin Laden, I pulled the trigger again. Picked them up, gathered some intel, and got on the chopper. No, right, like they told me to gain a bunch of weight real quick in case Al-Qaeda found me. Like they'd be looking through my windows at night going, are you sure this fat ass is this guy's not a SEAL? That's the guy that buys all our helicopters. Hey, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm Brian Knab.
Keep it going for Brian Knab.